Moscow has rejected Turkish claims that there were illegal Russian-made military hardware on board the Syrian passenger jet forced to land in Ankara on Wednesday. Russia's foreign minister insists the confiscated cargo did not violate any international regulations. Tom Barton has more on this diplomatic standoff.
Russia's foreign minister Sergei Lavrov said that the contents of the plane which was removed was totally legal. The documents were checked in Moscow as the Syrian plane departed, that the equipment wasn't designed to be sneakily smuggled into the Syrian government, and that it broke no international laws.
There were certainly no armaments on this plane, and there simply could not have been any. The aircraft was carrying a cargo that was being shipped from a legitimate Russian supplier to a legitimate customer in a legitimate way. There was a cargo of electrical supplies for radar stations. This is dual-purpose equipment, but it is not barred by any international conventions. The shipping documents comply with all relevant requirements, and delivering such a type of cargo by a commercial air carrier is a perfectly standard practice.
This statement is the latest twist in this angry diplomatic row over this plane that was forced to land. It follows a statement by Turkish Prime Minister Tayyip Erdogan saying that they found military equipment and ammunition on the plane of Russian origin. Russia, in its turn, says that Turkey's actions in sending up fighter jets to escort the plane down was excessive and put passengers at risk, and passengers on the plane themselves said that Turkish authorities acted with excessive force. The plane has now gone on towards Damascus, but there are concerns that this could further inflame tensions between Turkey and Syria.
Well, for more on this, let's cross live to Sibel Edmonds, founder and president of the National Security Whistleblowers Coalition. Sibel, thank you very much for being with us. Certainly an interesting story here. There are lots of ways of smuggling weapons. Why would Russia even try to send arms into Syria on a commercial flight?
Look, we started reporting on preparation by U.S. and NATO and their Turkish partner in southern Turkey starting in May 2011. You're looking at 16, 17 months ago. The United States, with their base in Turkey, started preparation for war against Syria, okay? And then we broke this story in December 2011 with another preparation taking place in Jordan when some of the troops from Iraq, U.S. troops, were being transferred secretly into Jordan. Again, the mainstream media did not report on these. So you're looking at this war preparation against Syria that began at least 16 months ago. Now, the initial aim was to wait and provoke Assad into stepping into this trap and making a single move, and for us to basically go in there and start the war. And Assad, so far, has played very cautiously and smartly. He hasn't provided that ignition, that move for the West to justify the attack on Syria as a response, as defense versus offense. And obviously, since that plan hasn't worked, right now they are just looking to just create an excuse, like a false flag operation, to basically start this war, and do so right before the elections here in the United States. So that's exactly what you're looking for. Whether, what Turkey says about the intercepted plane or what the mainstream media is portraying here has nothing to do with the reality on the ground. We, the United States, right after Gaddafi's fall, right after Libya, immediately after Libya in May, started planning for this war against Syria with Assad's regime in May 2011, 16, 17 months ago. Well, and now, basically, they are, and our military and NATO, they are in the process of creating, if not making up, the event or a setup or an excuse to proceed and start it. Because, as I said, Assad has been playing very smart so far.
Sticking with this line of reasoning, you've mentioned that Turkey's been planning for a while to go into Syria. Now, NATO has been reluctant up until recently to get involved. Can this be regarded as a provocation from Turkey to try and pull NATO their way into the conflict, given the alliance has been reluctant to get involved so far?
Well, that's one way to look at this thing. But as I've said, NATO and U.S., they have been preparing the rebels along the Syrian-Turkey border since May, June 2011. Yeah. Maybe that's the image the NATO and the Western allies want to maintain, and have Turkey be the initial step taker, let's put it this way. But in terms of wanting and having decided on this war and the regime change in Syria, no, they have had this in plan, as I said, 16 months ago. To their surprise, Syria hasn't made the real wrong move. Okay, and so it started with this so-called incident between Turkey and Syria just a few days ago, and now we have this issue of playing. All these are this baiting and creating this base, the false base for an attack on Syria, and making it look as if this didn't come from us, and and Syria, Assad's regime initiated, and Assad so far has been doing very good.
All right, we appreciate your thoughts on this. Sibel Edmonds, founder and president of the National Security Whistleblowers Coalition, thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you.